texting over here in the group text. Upset.
Jeff,
just upset.
I was.
Jesus texts the group text. Oh, he finally passed the thing. And yeah, Jeff goes, at what cost? But we're losing this game by 20.
No, honestly, I was more mad at that. I was more mad that we lost. But see, you know what?
So you were Anthony Davis on that day.
Hell yeah, I was Anthony Davis that day, bro.
The heat that Anthony Davis got for the way he acted.
Yeah, because he wasn't celebrating. He wasn't like fucking bending over backwards for celebrating LeBron James's fucking accomplishment. But it's like shit. Like, let's win this game, bro.
Right. You were heated, though, Jeff. You were heated.
I was.
You were ready to take
we should have put the
crown off.
We should have put the cameras on me that moment.
I know,
bro.
exactly. You're ready to take the crown off the king and say, fuck this
I was
shit.
pissed for sure. But
welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Unlucky Specialist Podcast. Yours truly, Sam Torres.
And your boy, Jeff Tippin, a.k.a. Smooth Brain Liberal, at your service. Power Simp, Giga Chad, Smooth Brain Lib, out here chilling.
In the cut.
Someone's going to be like, those are not the same thing. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't.
We lost people already.
I know, they're like, what the fuck?
What's going on?
The fuck? This is already off the rails.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for always showing love. Make sure you follow us. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Make sure to follow, subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. We come out with reels all the time. I know you guys see us on reels on Instagram or on TikTok and everything, but you can check us out on YouTube. You get the full.
We're tapping into the YouTube Shorts.
You think this is funny? You think this is good? Just think about 3 hours of just us sitting here talking to each other about the world.
Just being Giga Chads. Just chatting it up.
You know? But thank y'all for the love. Out in the studio. With
undisclosed location.
Jason in the house. But, you know, what's up, man? It's been a minute. It's been a week. Or no, it's been...
We took basically Super Bowl week off and last week.
Well, we're still in last week, kind of, I guess.
Kind of, that's true. You're right.
We took off yesterday. But whatever. We're back. We kicked it on Super Bowl weekend. We had a little Unlucky Specialist barbecue.
Sam brought out the Traeger.
I brought out the Traeger. I'm trying to do it like Dan Patrick. We're going to have Meat Fridays here.
Ooh.
No, I'm kidding.
Pause.
Pause. Are we meeting up on Fridays for some meat? No, yeah. I brought out the Traeger. I smoked a brisket for about 16 hours.
You did your thing.
I mean, it was good. It was not bad.
No, it was good.
For my first brisket, I'm not like the proudest, you know what I mean? But I might call myself a pitmaster. I don't know.
Like I told you, your true calling is to become a butcher. So, butcher pitmaster.
I feel like I got that look, though. I feel it.
That's what I'm saying.
I like
That's
it.
the true calling.
I think I belong.
Drop it all.
Hanging dead pieces of meat.
Hell yeah.
It's either that a butcher or a serial killer.
I could never do that shit. Both serial killing and butchering animals.
Which might be one and the same.
I'm just like very, like, I have my gag reflexes like so like high.
Really?
Yeah, like I'll see like
No.
Yeah, it's terrible. I can't like be around like cutting up.
Could you cut up? Can you cut up a chicken? Like just a
like
raw,
de-organ the chicken?
Yeah.
Nah,
no.
I probably could. I don't want to.
No.
Though.
Would I put myself in that situation?
Yeah, like it's just the thought of it kind of grosses me out. But I know I'm being a smooth brain cuck right now. Trying to get hip to the slang.
You know what I mean?
My
vibes,
vibes only. My vibe is gagging when I de-organ a chicken.
Nar.
I feel like nar was a thing from when we were coming up.
But no, because they're using nar in that video as a no. Because nar was for us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wasn't it no?
Yeah, no, they're using nar as in saying no, but nar.
For the people that don't know, we're talking about this.
Wrong.
I'm talking about this dumbass video that it's like Gen Z breakup.
You're not based. You're cringe pilled. Your vibe is just toxic.
What?
You're a beta simp in a Giga Chad body.
What? Wait, hold. I don't. What are you talking about?
But they're like talking in just like all this slang, which is like some of it I know, but some of it I don't. Nar, I think, was like our generation.
Nar with a G was in our generation.
Yeah.
I lost myself.
Can we get a fact check?
No worries. There we go. I can hear myself again. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, Butcher Life. That's your shit, bro.
Yeah, I feel like Bob's
those
Burgers
burnt ends were delicious.
Yeah.
Those what is that? What's a burnt end?
So a burnt end is a so the brisket has two muscles, right? Look at me. I'm starting my own fucking barbecue YouTube. It's got two muscles. It's got the flat and the point. The flat part is usually what it is flat. It's got fat on top, some fat in between, but you'll get those little like the strips of brisket that you usually see at barbecue places. Mm-hmm. The point is where all the fat is. You know what I mean? And it's fat and meat. And so you cut off the point from the fat, you cut it into cubes, and those are burnt ends. You throw them in some barbecue sauce.
So delicious.
You put them back in the smoker for about like 30 to an hour, depending on where you are in your temperatures. And you bring them out, and it's just the most delicious, most tender, most
It was good. It was great.
That we've had.
I think, Sam, that is your true calling. Like, I know you said you're not too proud of it.
No, but I feel like that's a good thing, though.
Yeah, no, because there's always room for improvement.
Right.
That shit was delicious, though.
Yeah.
I'm down to try your next take.
Yeah,
on the brisket.
Come July 4th or something else coming up. We'll try out another brisket.
Hell yeah.
What I want to try out is some beef ribs. Have you seen people like make those monster fucking dinosaur ribs?
Oh, like a tomahawk? No,
those
like
are the tomahawk.
Yeah,
tomahawk steaks, but like
those big ass ribs. Yeah, I have seen those.
I want to try that out.
But see, how long did it look? You said 16 hours for the brisket.
Yeah.
Does everything take that long?
Yeah.
Really? Damn.
So you overnight. It's low and slow.
I think that's what overnight sounds better, but I feel like I have zero patience.
But that's the thing. Hopefully Traeger sponsors us after this. But shout out to Traeger pellet grills. It's a crock pot for barbecue. You literally set it and forget it until the next morning.
So maybe this is my type of
like this grill that I have. You put pellets into the fucking container thing. You put the temperature you want it at. You close it up. You put the meat inside of there. You go to sleep. You wake up the next morning. It's still at the same temperature. Nice. You don't have to keep feeding fire. You don't have to keep checking the temperature because you know that this grill is going to keep it at between, let's say you're going to want 200. It's going to keep it between 180 and 215. It's going to go a little bit up. Might be a little bit low, but it's going to be in that range between those. You know what I mean? So you don't have to worry about it.
I'm just here to try it. I'm just here to try all the goods.
I feel like I was telling you earlier, like I saw this meme that said, once you're past your 30s as a man, you either start doing some weird woodworking shit or you start smoking meat.
I need to find my weird hobby.
I feel like as an old man, you should.
My weird hobby is buying stupid shit online.
That's everybody's weird hobby.
Fuck. I need to find another good hobby.
What's it called? I'm smoking meat. I'm playing golf. I feel like I'm an old man already.
Dude, you are leaning into that.
You know what I mean?
You are leaning in. I am jealous.
I'm going to be showing up in those Air Monarchs, the fucking white dad shoes.
The Spice Adams Air Monarchs.
I'm going to wear some
knee-highs.
Some shorts. Some jorts. Some
jort action.
Some long white socks. I'm going to be down ass full with my shirt tucked in. And my cell phone's gonna be clipped to the side of my fucking. I remember my dad had that shit growing up.
The clipped
phone right here. You know what I mean?
I did buy a clip, but then I started putting my phone on the clip, and I was like, this shit is uncomfortable, bro. Right. This shit's not even cool. Let me just hold it.
You know who I always saw had a clip, but pulled it off right, and had never looked like a dad. Was the homie Dom. He had it right here in high school and just...
I knew exactly who you're talking about because he was the only... Literally when you're like, you know who had it? I was like, Dom.
Dom. And just pulled it out smooth.
He definitely had a clip freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
So he was definitely... On there. Maybe he was a dad already. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Dom.
Shout out to the homie Dom Henry out in Atlanta vibing.
But it was a good Super Bowl party. I got a little too drunk as always. We had some shots of tequila.
We had multiple shots. We played some squares. We attempted to play squares.
Yeah.
The thing is that with the
you need
square
more people
and more time.
Exactly. You can't do it the day of.
The fucking hour before the game.
30 minutes before.
Yeah, like it's too much pressure. Like,
no.
Because we fucked up again. We did this last year. We didn't learn.
We fuck up every year.
Not every year. That one year you did it like perfect.
Yeah. I even printed it out and everything.
Yeah, that year I think it was 2018.
Yeah.
Or
I think it was the Rams.
Patriots.
Yeah, I think so too.
Even though that Super Bowl was boring
Sucked.
as fuck.
We'll talk about it every podcast.
Yeah, any podcast, I will say that Super Bowl might have been the most boring Super Bowl. And horrible. It was raining tits.
We got so fucked up in that little apartment. Man, I'm gonna look back at that drive down Venice and look back and be like, we got so fucked up at that place.
I was there this Sunday in that area. I was like, dude,
yeah?
this was
a spot.
This
for a little bit.
Spot. That apartment in Venice saw many a things.
Many a thing, for sure. But Super Bowl was cool. I didn't really watch the
yeah,
game.
tell the like typical dad fashion. He stayed. He was cooking. He was taking the baby wasn't there, but in his mind the baby was there.
Oh, I was fucking out.
And then
Riri passed. She showed her baby, and I was just like, you know what? It's time for nap time.
Yeah, we didn't see Sam the whole second half until Juju Smith-Schuster got tugged, and that was like that might have been like 40 seconds left.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter. All I saw there was lifting up the Lombardi at the end.
Yeah, but the thing is about that though is that you and me were right though. The Chiefs ended up winners, bro.
Yeah, we were.
And
I wasn't right on the score. But if you guys look back on I
said blowout, and it was not a blowout.
I said Chiefs 27-24, but they won by 3. It was like 37-34. So
I mean, long story short, because the Super Bowl, it's been a little minute. People got a short term memory nowadays.
Oh, for sure. People don't even. It's gone.
But this is the thing. What I will say is this: Jalen Hurts probably had one of the best Super Bowls of all time.
Amazing.
And he lost. A lot of people were saying he should have been the MVP.
He should have.
3 rushing touchdowns, 4 touchdowns overall.
Yeah.
Dude had the high. Like if you're scoring fantasy points, he had the highest fantasy points of all time in the Super Bowl.
He had the most rushing yards by a quarterback in a Super Bowl. He's had the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, they were killing it.
So like
he was killing it.
He was killing it. He was carrying that team on his back. He deserves whatever contract they give him.
Yeah, they're saying he's gonna get paid like $50 a year. That's kind of wild, but he deserves it.
I feel like, and my hot take here before we do our predictions for next year is, Jalen Hurts is what you call sometimes a running quarterback or I don't know. I don't want to say running because he's not Justin Fields. I feel like Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback now than Lamar Jackson.
He's accomplished. Well, he's never been MVP of the league, but he's already taken his team further and played better games in the playoffs than Lamar Jackson. So I don't think it's like that crazy.
Much of a hot take?
I don't think it's that crazy of a take, but the fact that it's a conversation shows how good obviously Lamar was, how good Jalen is. And the sky's the limit. Hopefully, I
feel like Lamar is still a great talent. The Baltimore Ravens wouldn't be who they are without Lamar Jackson right now, and that's why they need to pay him and they need to keep him.
But how about this? I got a hot take for you. Well, finish what you were saying.
No, I'm done.
I got a hot take for you. Is Pat Mahomes already a top 5 quarterback of all time?
Of all time.
Of all time.
I saw that. I don't know if you're talking about that graphic that I saw. It's side by side of where Brady was at his age and where Mahomes
similar.
Pretty similar.
I think Brady already had 3.
He had 3 Super Bowls, but
Mahomes has more
MVPs, has more passing yards, more passing touchdowns, all of that. Top 5.
Because look, obviously we got Brady, Montana. And now you're really grasping a little bit because there's a lot of talent, but it's like Brady, Montana. Now who are we putting?
Steve Young.
We're putting Elway, Steve Young, or maybe you might put Peyton Manning in there. I wouldn't even put Steve Young. I'm thinking obviously Brady, obviously Montana. I think you got to put John Elway in there. Just like he won two Super Bowls at the end of his career, but the most of his career he was killing it.
Right.
He just never really won it, but he went back to back before he retired. And then now you're thinking is like Mahomes, Manning, like they're basically tied for amount of Super Bowls.
Right,
and
two each.
he won them sooner than Manning. Manning won that last Super Bowl kind of just like his defense carried him.
It's for real.
That one Super Bowl in 06, it was definitely Manning, and that he was like the god of that team. But that Broncos, that last year at the Broncos, like he was getting carried by that defense.
Oh, definitely.
So it's like it's a conversation, and
Mahomes and Manning. Mahomes is definitely in that conversation for top 5.
Yeah, and he's still got multiple years to go. So people are saying. And the thing that's crazy, the moment Brady retires, people are already thinking about, damn, can he be the GOAT? Can Mahomes be the GOAT? It's like, damn, you can't even let a man enjoy a week of retirement, and now you're already trying to take his spot, man. Let the man send thirst traps in peace, dude.
Oh my God.
You see him out with his junk out. He was covering his junk. He was being subtle with it.
If people were after that, though.
He's looking, like, you know what, though? He's looking real thin, though.
He's always looked thin, though.
Yeah, I know. Especially towards the end, though. Like, I feel like that's how he's
on that Brady diet.
He stayed in the league so long because he wasn't even bulky.
Avocado shakes.
Dude. What's that movie? No, there's a show on Netflix
Green tomato onion?
Paul Rudd gets cloned. And it's like just him again. I think it's like Closer to You or some shit.
Wow. I haven't seen that one.
It's like Paul Rudd gets cloned, and then like one of the first scenes when he goes into it's like, did you find out what it was called?
Yeah, it's called Living with Yourself.
Yeah, Living with Yourself. So basically, like, the plot of that whole shit is basically like, oh, Paul Rudd's like down in the dumps, his like career, like he hates his job or whatever. Right. But his coworkers like fucking moving on up, and he's like, dude, you used to suck just like me. Like, what the fuck happened? He's like, dude, I go to this spa. He's like, what? He's like, you got a fucking hand job? That's it?
That's all I need to become.
And he's
better
like,
self?
nah, bro. He's like, it's $50K, and like you go there, bro, and like you go. So then he goes, he calls, makes an appointment. He pulls up. He's like, it's like in some shopping mall, some random ass shopping mall. He's like, this shit is whack. Like, I'm not gonna go into here and get a rub and tug. Like, and then like who he sees walking out. None other than the GOAT, Tom Brady. Oh Tom Brady walks out, and Paul Rudd's like, he's like, Tom, is that you? He's like, oh, it's me. He's like, you come here? He's like, my 6th time. Because at that point, he only had 6 rings. And then like, he's like, fuck it, I'm going in. Like, he goes in, and then basically he like wakes up in a ditch, like fucking buried, like, because basically like they cloned him,
and to be the better self would
the better self lives, and they're supposed to kill the one that they cloned, but
they didn't really kill
they couldn't kill him, so they just buried him in a shallow grave. And then he wakes up, and then like he goes like this is only the first episode, by the way.
Oh, this is a show?
This is a show. It's the first episode. I think it came out in 2020, so it kind of went under the radar.
Right.
So, but like
with Paul Rudd.
Yeah, like I think it only had one season. I don't know if it kept going, but basically, like he goes up, he's like running in a diaper naked to his house for like 6 miles. He's like trying to wave people like, hey, like he stops in front of a car. He's like, hey, he's like, we are now friends. They just like run off. He's like naked in a diaper and shit. He's like going. He goes to his house. He hears like someone like fucking his wife. He's like, oh my God. He like gets a fucking like knife. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill. And then the guy who comes down is him. It's Paul Rudd. They're just like, that's the first episode.
That's the end of it. There you go. Yeah. You don't have to watch it.
Anyway, Tom Brady's a clone. Moral of the story, Tom Brady. That's how he stayed so thin and good looking. Because he's a clone. He went to that tug spot.
That's why nobody watched that show. Because Tom Brady didn't want anybody to know.
They didn't want to know the secret, bro.
Only Jeff knows.
Only I know. And if I come next week looking rejuvenated me with brand new ideas and just ready to take charge,
driving
I went to the spa, but look for my body, my old body. I still matter.
Tom Brady. 2 early predictions for next year.
Man, I like the Bengals. Fuck it, AFC. I'm already burying the Chiefs.
No, just a winner. Give me a winner too early.
We're going Chiefs, Eagles. Okay. Eagles back to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Not Chiefs, Eagles though. Bengals, Eagles.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm picking the Bengals. I'm riding that Bengals bandwagon. I like.
It's not a
Joey
bad pick.
franchise.
It's not a bad pick.
Joey franchise.
I am going, Raiders.
What?
I'm going Raiders in the Super Bowl.
Because you think Aaron Rodgers is going there, I'm assuming.
I'm thinking Aaron Rodgers or Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be there. And with the weapons that they have, and with the whole voodoo that's going on right now, Tampa Bay wanted in Tampa Bay, Los Angeles wanted in Los Angeles. Yeah, we had a little fuck up with the Cardinals, but the Cardinals suck.
The Cardinals suck. You're right.
And where's the Super Bowl next year?
Vegas.
The mecca of gambling. Football is going to blow out of its mind if the Raiders are in the Super Bowl in their own town.
That's going to be wild.
I don't know. I feel like it
So you got the Raiders in the AFC.
I got Raiders in the AFC. In the NFC, it's a little dicey because there's not that many good teams. I like the Eagles pick,
but it's probably not good. I feel like the Eagles. I like the Eagles. I think they're strong. I do think they're going to come back, but NFC, it's always going to be. I mean, it might
it's
be
a
somebody.
toss-up.
It might be the Niners.
You know what? Let's do that. Even though I don't like, let's give it the old California classic.
Oh hell no!
We're doing.
There's gonna be fights in the
classic.
streets.
We're doing the Raiders. The Raiders. Versus the San Francisco 49ers. It's gonna be mayhem.
Oh hell no!
And I'm taking Las Vegas. The Raiders.
Sam, you're just.
I have gotten so many.
You want people to get shot.
No, I want people on my side. I'm not going to be on the side being shot at. I'm going to be on the side shooting.
You're just going to be the neutral, like, yeah, fight.
You know,
it's like that meme of like the Simpsons. They got like two monkeys fighting on a cruise. It's like me and you throwing one. Yeah, go Raider fans and fucking Niner fans hate each other.
Oh man,
I think better than the Bay/Vegas hating each other.
Because you always think of the Raiders as Oakland.
Nah, but the Raiders fans, it's full. LA has so many Raiders fans.
That's
Oakland.
true.
Raiders are like one of those teams where it almost didn't matter where they moved.
Right.
The Raiders were just going to travel well.
And they're going to have fans.
Talk about an organization that sucked so much for so many years, and yet
people love them.
And they still love them.
No, but I think that football's like that, though.
No, yeah. It's
like, I've been a Packer fan for... 20, 25
yeah, but
years.
the Packers have had a recent history of success.
2011, Jeff.
That's more. When did the Raiders last win? Like 1981?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I feel like, even me, I feel like, why? Look, people are asking me, you what do you think about Aaron Rodgers leaving the Green Bay Packers? Thank God. We need something new.
You're trying to get that Jordan Love action?
No. Jordan Love could be there for now, but the Packers always go through that. This we win a lot, and then there's this time of a lull, of a rebuild, and then we're gonna find that diamond in the rough, that quarterback that's going to take us to the promised land.
No, I know who it's going to be. You guys are going to tank for the guy at USC, Caleb Williams, Heisman. He's a baller.
Isn't he coming out? Oh, no, he's not coming out next year.
He's a sophomore.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming out next year.
Or we tank even more.
Tank harder.
Harder than Caleb Williams. We don't even get the first pick. We get all first picks for the next 5 years.
Damn.
No. And we get Arch Manning.
Damn, that's going to take a while, bro. That's at least 3 years away because he's a freshman.
He's a freshman coming in
this next year, so you would have to wait at least 3 years.
Dang. I know. I mean, is it worth it? It might be.
Damn, that's going to suck for the cheeseheads out there in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
We've seen worse.
Have you?
No, we haven't.
You guys literally went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. It's been a while since you guys just legitly sucked.
It's been a good lifetime.
Yeah.
Good 30 years.
Well, straight lifetime.
Yeah.
Straight up. You had a baby in that time.
Exactly. I've been alive in that timeline. You know what I mean? So
let's go Rams.
I feel like the Rams. I don't know. The Rams need to do something. They need to DeAndre Hopkins maybe to the Rams.
Get the fuck out. Unless I only want DeAndre Hopkins if he's back on gear. If he's back on the roids. He's back on the coke. No, that's Josh Gordon, Sam.
who's
balling in the XFL.
Yeah, exactly.
He got a touchdown yesterday.
Yeah,
today. Or was it today?
XFL owned by The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Piedra Johnson. Jonathan's son.
But let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with a little more after this. Out of the UFC.
You see, that's the heavyweight champ, man. That's like if Tyson Fury is like, I ain't boxing.
No, but it's not because he didn't want to be in the UFC.
He was actually trying to get the fighters basically to build a union and shit.
And that's when Dana White was
like, not trying to have that.
Get the fuck out of my league.
Like, sticking on Ngannou though, just one last thing is that I hope that, like, you know, he gets that little, like, money, not little money, that big money from maybe fighting Tyson or fighting Deontay Wilder in boxing, and then comes back. And hopefully, if John Jones beats Cyril Gane, that Ngannou John Jones would literally be the fight of like the decades.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
welcome back, guys. Unlucky Specialist back from the break. Had to take a little tinkle.
Tinkle.
Just a little behind the scenes of what's going on. We were talking about things that we've been watching lately, things that we've been seeing. We both talked off the air that we watched You People on Netflix. How'd you enjoy it, Jeff? How'd you like it? I enjoyed it. I liked it. Jonah Hill in this vibe that he's in back in. I feel like Jonah Hill after what's that movie of the Earth dying? With Jennifer, something going up, something up.
He was in that movie.
Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up.
In that movie. Don't Look Up.
Yeah. He was a big part of that movie. He after that movie, he's got back into his comedy tip. He was once he won for Moneyball and doing the. That's his famous thing in Moneyball. When he goes, anyways,
I never seen Moneyball.
Never seen Moneyball.
Never.
Ever. I'd recommend it.
I know it's a baseball movie too.
I know you like. Do you like sports movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good sports movie.
I think it was one of those things where like I was alive during the Moneyball era. So, do I need a movie to recap?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I do.
Yeah.
Billy Bean. I don't really know too much about Billy Bean, but yeah, fucking Jonah Hill. So you like that movie?
Oh yeah, sorry.
You liked it.
You People. I went off tangent. Yeah, I liked You People. I felt like it was, like I said, very cringy. I felt like Julia Dreyfus made me want to pull my hair out at times, but I feel like that was the point of the movie, to really show
David Duchovny.
Yeah, Duchovny.
Dishover.
To show that like difference in cultures and how it really is. Sometimes I feel like movies kind of over Hollywoodize, I would say, or over emphasize these racial tensions and stuff, but they really put it in a kind of a real perspective, in a perspective of I don't know, a couple, right? It's a couple. It's a biracial couple. He's white, she's black, and the difference is
he's Jewish specifically.
So, yeah, she's Muslim.
Well, her dad.
Well, their family is Muslim, black. You know, the dad changed his name from Woody to Akbar. You know what I mean? But I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty funny. I felt like I don't know.
I thought like, see, I liked it for what it was, but at the same time, it's one of those things where like, obviously, like, shout out to Lauren London. I love to see her back in the game, like you know, just doing her thing.
She was really bad.
Roles. But yeah, I didn't think she did that well in that movie. But
no, she was really bad.
I love the cast though. It was such a like star-studded cast, right? Like you said, Julia Dreyfus, David Duchovny. We got Eddie Murphy. We got Jonah Hill. We got Mike Epps. We got
Nia
Long. Shout out to the goddess Nia Long. She
after everything she went through. Yeah, exactly.
Who needs Udoka, Nia
you don't
Long?
need them.
You don't need them for damn sure.
Yeah.
Fucking Taco, right? From
Taco, yeah. I love what it.
Yeah.
I was watching it with Monique, and I was just telling her, "Oh, look, it's Taco." She's like, "Who?"
Yeah, definitely like niche celebrity.
Yeah.
Micro niche celebrity.
But he did such a good job though.
No, he did. Honestly, I was shocked.
Like,
he was the guy that impressed me the most
in his acting.
Movie. Just because everybody else, obviously, you know who Eddie Murphy is. You know what everybody's bringing to the table.
And you know what? I kind of missed Eddie Murphy in a movie. I feel like I haven't seen Eddie Murphy.
No, I love Eddie Murphy.
in a good since Shrek.
I need more Eddie Murphy.
Exactly.
More Eddie Murphy. Or wasn't he in that movie Dolomite? Like they came out like it's like.
Oh yeah.
I didn't see it though.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah. But
I don't know.
I'm pro Eddie Murphy.
I
want more Eddie Murphy. I liked it, but like you said, it was kind of. I think that was the whole point of the movie. It was supposed to be cringe because a lot of the times when you're meeting, you're like your girlfriend's family, or they're meeting yours, or they're meeting your friends, and they're getting to like everything's comfortable between you two. But when you start inviting family,
right,
it gets a little cringy. It gets a little weird. You try too hard to impress people that you don't want. Like even like when Lauren London's like meeting his parents, like she's kind of like being like trying to be too nice and over the top, even though. But it was one of those ones. It is what it is. It was one of like ensemble cast, super like. I know you said that it's like. I guess they made it more like easier to digest, like those racial tensions, because they are a little more like pronounced, but they definitely it's easier to digest that stuff when you see Jonah Hill and Julia Dreyfus and Eddie Murphy.
Oh my god,
bringing it! You know what I mean? It was
a good dynamic. It was a fun movie for sure.
For what it was a fun movie. Like I'm not gonna like shit on it. I'm like, and I'm not gonna
give it praise
too much. But I thought it was good. Like if you want something to watch real quick, pop that on, fucking cringe at it.
Exactly.
Like
it gives people anxiety. It'll give you anxiety because of Julia Dreyfus and some of the things. But I love the way it ended. The way they both kind of made their stance, where not ended, but made that break in the movie. You know what I mean? That turning point towards the end where the male protagonist and the female protagonist have this moment of, I don't know, we're not going to be together. You know what I mean? I like that where she called out Julia Dreyfus on why she was calling her. She's like, I'm not a doll. I'm not something that you just parade around. Yeah. And then the same thing with Jonah. He's saying, like, I've been who I am, but you just didn't like me from the get-go, not because of.
It's one of those. It's like one of those movies too where it just like touches this. Like that's the thing. That's almost one of the things that I didn't like about it, where it was like, it's a movie that's touching on topics that are like super dicey and like important and like about the dynamics between different groups of people, but it's also kind of just like.
Making fun,
not even making fun of it. Like they're just kind of like brushing over it. Like it's like they're really trying to just close it up. That's why, to me, like I guess if I was gonna rate the movie, whatever, like out of like a scale of like 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 6, maybe like a 5.5 to a 6.
7.2.
7.2. I like it. That's 7.2.
It's pretty high.
It's pretty high, but I think I'm being a little too low. But it's like.
You're being realistic.
I just think it's one of those ones. Like it's something to put on. Yeah, you're gonna pay attention because of the cast.
You're not gonna write home about it.
Yeah, even though we're making a podcast. Exactly. But it's definitely a movie. Like it catches your attention because I'm a huge Jonah Hill fan.
I love.
Obviously,
Jonah.
I love Eddie Murphy. I know this might sound fucking, and I'm dating myself, but I fucking loved Lauren London and ATL.
Oh fuck.
You know what I mean? Like that's one of like my iconic performances.
I was dying because there's a part where they're first dating, and then like he puts on a song, and she's like. This is my song, and I'm like, this reminds me of ATL. This is my jam.
ATL is like Lauren London's greatest movie,
and it's fucking Janet Jackson singing. When she's in the car with a T.I. and she's like, "Put this up. This is my jam."
I don't even remember that shit.
Oh my god!
Do you know what song it is?
I don't.
Damn.
Like I'll hear it in my head and then I'll know it, but no.
The only song that I remember from ATL that is one of the songs that comes out at the end where it's a Aaliyah at the end. You are love.
Oh no.
You're positive, motivating force within my life.
Sing it, Jeff.
Should you ever feel the need to wonder why? That's a fucking fire song. I didn't know the Isley Brothers sung that song. I went through my whole life thinking it was an Aaliyah song like exclusively, but it's definitely an Isley Brothers song. And I only found that out like 2 nights ago. That it's an Isley Brothers original, and then Aaliyah covered it.
I mean, every song is a cover nowadays.
Yeah, but it was like I remember growing up because ATL came out like when I was like in high school or middle school.
Yeah,
so I was like, oh, this is an Aaliyah song.
Yeah, for sure.
Literally only found out like 2 nights ago that it's an Isley Brothers song.
That's with age, Jeff. You find things out.
It was good, and then I went on an Isley Brothers fucking
just tangent. Just
dude, Isley Brothers talk about ranking group. You want to rank some shit, Gen Z? You better never exclude the Isley Brothers.
Don't even get Jeff started.
No, we're not. No, I'm not even gonna give them any credit. But I'm just saying, if we ever rank all around music one day.
No, we did one day. We did it when who came out with a list of top artists, and we started breaking it down.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, Isley Brothers,
Missy Elliott was on
regardless any genre of music, Isley Brothers got to be up there.
I like it.
Isley Brothers were
Had the
definitely
jams.
playing their
Oh, for
instruments and fucking singing their and fucking Ronald Isley was fucking in between the sheets. Son.
They don't make music like they used to.
Definitely don't. Definitely don't. Put respect on Tupac's name.
You know?
Nah, but yeah, shout out to Lauren
you.
Linden. Hopefully Lauren Linden gets some more movies because I think she was a little rusty.
She was a little rusty.
Hopefully she's had a
I
tough
felt
few
like
years.
the beginning was weird. The dynamic between them two was weird because I felt like she didn't want to I didn't feel that love. Like they didn't kiss or hug until like way later in the movie. Like they didn't make it feel like a couple.
Yeah, because when you first realize that girl that you're talking to is into you, you start making out passionately.
Right. And it felt like Jonah Hill was just thinking about Nipsey coming from the dead to shoot him up.
He's just scared of the Rolling 60s Crips and shit. It's like a Hollywood movie. He's like, fuck. I can never go to Crenshaw Sloss and go to fucking the Marathon. I think the Marathon's just a museum now.
It's not even. It's
not even a store.
No, it's not.
Well, online it is probably. But
I don't. Is it still the Marathon right there on?
I haven't
don't
gone.
think so.
I haven't gone in that area since Dom left.
So who would know?
I wouldn't know, honestly.
Yeah.
I used to be there all the time, but now I just haven't returned.
A funny thing that we're talking about for you people, his whole aspect of having a podcast.
I know. I was like,
about the
damn, is this
culture,
me?
right? I started looking at Jonah Hill and I was like, damn, I do work my 9 to 5 to support my fucking
My podcast habit. Is that my woodworking?
Is that a podcast habit? You know, and it's funny like how I feel like this trend as of late, like me and you've been doing this podcast since 2017.
Consistently since like 2021, though, I will say. I feel like
Right.
we were like very
as a team all together, yeah, 2021.
because I feel like even before, like we were just like kind of we would go like months without doing
Right.
it.
Well, a month. It's the longest we did it. But yeah.
And no video. For
No
the
video.
longest.
It was all audio, sharing one mic
For real.
in the cut.
The dark days.
You know what I mean? Hearing, it was funny. We'd be in my apartment and you hear the siren going off. Like, hold up, guys.
I never felt bad though, because I was always a big fan of Joey Diaz's podcast, and like he would have his studio. You could always hear the fucking siren too.
You know,
Like every once in a while, I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh my gosh, shit!"
It's
Joey.
funny because there was some good podcasts where we'd be talking about good shit.
No,
Jeff would go off.
One of our best podcasts that we got to find that file was when we ranked the best albums of the 2010s.
Oh,
like
yeah,
right
yeah,
before
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
end of the like the beginning of 2020, and it's like we ranked our top 10 albums. Honestly, that shit was gold.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking gold.
Podcast go, we'll find in the cut.
We'll find in the cut
right there.
We'll bring it back.
But I felt that like that relation or that understanding like of Jonah Hill's character Ezra and trying to make this podcast, you know what I mean? Like, because when we first started, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, not per se the culture, but we talked a lot about hip hop, about I mean, we base our podcast on basketball is what we started off on, but also I was at the time really big into sneakers and fashion, that stuff. You not so much, but I wanted to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Say I don't like sneakers, sir?
No, I
not. As if I beat up, man.
I looked at. I don't know.
You don't think I like shoes, bro?
You do have some nice caps, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Thanks, bro.
Fire, vintage Indians cap right there.
Damn, bro. No racial.
No racial. No, for real though. But I felt it. I liked it. I liked the whole vibe. It's the dream, you know. At the end, they're part of Complex, except that's not the dream. I want to be our own network, not under Complex. But you know what I mean.
What's another, like, do you think there's like any other movies like that are on your radar right now coming out? I think the only one I could think of that's like is really on my mind is that movie by Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah, that one looks good.
That's the only one that's like I just keep thinking about.
In June, for sure.
Other than that, I feel like I'm just gonna be caught by surprise.
Yeah,
By
I feel like
anything that
I'm a
comes
little tentative about the Michael Jordan Nike story.
I just saw that preview too.
But I kind of like. I've always liked Ben Affleck and what's his name, Matt Damon together. And Ben Affleck's all of his like productions as of late have been pretty damn good. Like, yeah, he was.
Ben Affleck's a good director. He's almost better at that than an actor.
Argo.
Yeah, Argo.
He directed that.
He directed Argo. He directed The Town.
Yeah,
like
those are some of the best. Yeah, but I feel like maybe he's a good director in the movies that he's in, and I'm hoping that has some.
I think he usually acts in the movies that he directs, but like, no, Ben Affleck, talented motherfucker. So is Matt Damon. I trust them directing that project, them like kind of guiding that project.
But what I'm watching on Netflix for sure right now is Full Swing. It's the golf docu-series. Have you seen, remember we were talking about Drive to Survive, the F1 show on Netflix? So the same people who make that show went and followed the PGA Tour last year and did a show like that. So they're trying to get more people into golf like they did with people getting into F1. Through this show.
I feel like people are already really into golf, especially because it's an easy like game to like get into.
But I feel like a certain type of person.
Yeah, maybe not golf. Watching it, because the thing about F1 is like not anybody can just start driving an F1 car.
No way.
But like anyone can just pick up some clubs and go to the local fucking.
All right, well, fuck you, Jeff. It took me so long to be where I'm at. But anybody can pick up some golf clubs and just...
Sorry, I'm already part of the PGA Tour and shit.
I didn't do shit. I told Monique I'm gonna keep playing at Vista Valencia until I break 100. Which means if I have less than 100 in my score, then I can allow myself to go pay more money. No,
yeah, exactly. Hey, you know Gareth Bale's on the tour.
Yeah, well, he's on the Pro-Am.
Pro-Am, yeah. Because he breaks like he goes under 80.
Par 72.
Yeah, so he's almost there.
Isn't that crazy?
Two-sport athlete, Gareth Bale, son.
No, all these the Pro-Am right before the Genesis. I heard
Steph Curry's really good.
Steph Curry's really good. Pau Gasol.
Tall ass motherfucker.
It's pretty good. What's his name? Allen. Josh Allen is okay. You know what I mean? Patrick Mahomes. They had the duel last year between like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. It's one of
those things. A lot of times, like these athletes, like they're gonna be good at like at least decent at a lot of other shit. You know who's they pick up?
Who sucks at that, but it's better than I am. Is Chuck.
Chuck's better than you?
Well, Chuck is.
He plays all the time.
He plays a lot.
Yeah, he plays a lot. That's true.
But he does suck.
His stroke is garb.
Yeah, it's bad.
Who am I to talk? I'm fucking terrible. But like his stroke just looks terrible.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm into that. I'm watching that a little bit. But yeah, what I didn't watch was the UFC fight last week.
You didn't see that shit, man? That shit was fucking epic, bro. Honestly,
I saw the highlights.
There was a lot of good shit that happened in that whole card, but the two main things that happened was first of all, it was the interim lightweight title.
Right.
It was Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett.
Yep.
That dude, Yair Rodriguez from Chihuahua, Mexico, that dude is a fucking assassin. Yeah. Like he's literally like a ninja, bro. Yeah. Speeding heel kicks. He did the scorpion kick, the question mark kick. Like, he did it twice, bro. Like, and landed it. First time he didn't land it. The second time it landed. It literally looked like he was in a Matrix, bro. he like paused his foot like mid. Like he's basically like kicking it.
That's all core work right there.
Paused it and then hit him with his toes like. Like I was like, oh.
Hit him with his toes.
I could barely do it with my hand. I could barely do that action with my hand. He was doing it with his foot.
His fucking foot.
Like, no, Yair Rodriguez is a fucking dog. Killed it. Josh Emmett is another corn-fed motherfucker. Like, that dude's like
corn-fed.
Yeah, he's a brawler. You know, meat and potatoes type of motherfucker. I was
like, geez, well, you know his diet.
Nah, he's like, you know, but like he's like, you know, like it's not all like style with him. He's just gonna give you those hands.
It's not grass-fed. It's corn-fed.
It's corn-fed. It's meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he was killing. But Yair Rodriguez, it's like at a certain level, like. You see it, especially in fighting. Obviously, it's easy to see in other sports, but the thing is, like, I feel like fighting, like, you see it more. It's more in your face because you could see, like, oh, these two dudes are good, but one dude is like he's just not at that level. Like, it's like there's a certain level that some dude cannot reach, and this dude is clearly a superstar.
Right.
And that's Yair Rodriguez against Josh Emmett. Josh Emmett, solid, great fighter. He got his title shot, right? But he's facing a guy who's straight up a ninja, bro.
I feel like you start seeing that in fighters more and more now in UFC, like in these title fights.
No, and you know what I mean? Like too? Like, shout out to fucking Mexico, bro, because like they've always been known for boxers, right? Legendary boxers. Now they have 2 title holders, Brandon Moreno and fucking Yanni Rodriguez. So they're like, fuck this. We're not just good at boxing. We're just good at fighting, motherfucker. like,
it's true, though.
No, it's true. Like, 2 champions in the UFC, bro. That's
awesome.
fucking all the power to Mexico because they brought it. Like, a lot of people were talking shit like, can they do this too? It's like, hell yeah, they can. And they're fucking good.
We can do it all.
Granted, they're the smaller motherfuckers, but even in boxing, it's usually the smaller motherfuckers too.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Canelo. Or like De La Hoya kind of got big too, but De La Hoya is kind of America.
Yeah, it's like De La Hoya is Chicano.
Yeah, but Canelo is probably one of their bigger guys.
Yeah,
like
in
terms of like beefiness. But
Julio Cesar Chavez was tiny.
Yeah, usually the Mexican fighters are on the smaller side.
Yeah.
But Yair Rodriguez, he's tall though. He's just light.
Yeah.
But either way, but that was kind of what stood out. But the fight of the fucking night was the fucking pound for pound title. It was Volkanovski. He was trying to get the 2 belts, you know, trying to get the lightweight. And then what was it? I have it pulled up. I just want to make sure I have it right for the people out there. I don't want to sound like a straight
ignorant fool.
Yeah, but hold on. I have it on Instagram saved right here. Let me pull this up. Okay, here we go. It was basically, what was it, Jason?
It's Islam.
Yeah. But what, like,
but what's the
because it was basically
2 weights.
Oh no, because Rodriguez and Emmett fought for the interim featherweight,
right?
And then basically Volkanovski has the featherweight. Islam had the lightweight. Had the lightweight.
Oh,
so
okay.
it was basically Volkanovski was trying to get the featherweight and the lightweight, and then Islam, he wasn't fighting for the featherweight. He was just trying to keep the lightweight.
Oh, okay.
So it was like.
Which is weird because that's not weird, but it's different from boxing because when you box, you're putting both. You're not keeping one belt off, one belt on.
It's always it's whoever's moving up.
Right.
That's you. I think that's how it is in boxing too. It's whoever's moving up in the class, right? Because it's like Volk is the one moving up to fight, so he's gonna keep that featherweight belt.
That's true.
They're not fighting for it.
You're right. In boxing, it's different because there's different.
There's mad from organizations.
WBO, WBC.
But this is like literally like a weight class. So it's basically like Volkanovski's fighting for the lightweight.
Right. But not putting his featherweight on the line.
Yeah. At least that's how I'm assuming that it is. But either way,
it looked like a good fight. It went down to the end, like down to the last.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like everybody thought it was gonna be like a blowout because
right.
Islam's just way bigger than him. He's a better wrestler all around, but Volk is a fucking bulldog, bro. Yeah. This dude was like, first of all, he was hitting them.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you just saw it, no judging, no nothing, you just seeing the fight.
Right.
You would have thought Volk won because the thing is, it was like as regular people, we judge fights as like
blood.
Who looks more beat up.
Yeah.
Islam looked like he got fucked up.
Oh fuck yeah!
But the thing is, professional fighting is not like that. It's about ground control and like who's really taking
shots on
takedowns and who's really matching. And then it's like if you're really being objective, you kind of saw that fight. Like Islam was getting beat up on the ground, but he was also on the feet, but he was also exchanging. He clipped Volkanovski a couple times too, so he wasn't like getting thoroughly dominated. And on the ground, it was just night and day. Like on the ground, there was really nothing. Like Volkanovski, he didn't get tapped, right? And he defended himself, and he wasn't getting mauled, but technically he was because there was one round. I think it was the 3rd round. He was on the ground for like 3 minutes and a half.
Yeah,
it's like, bruh,
and you can't get out.
He's basically just trying to get out.
Yeah,
like avoiding the fucking choke. Like, and it's like, you know.
And that's what I love about the UFC because you could have these brawlers, you could have these guys that are going toe to toe, pound for pound, you know, swing at each other. But then there's that small edge that Islam has, getting to the ground, and you're.
Well, that's why they always say, like in the UFC, it's the guys who are extremely good at wrestling or jiu-jitsu who have just a good amount of strike game that are usually the best.
Yeah.
Like that's usually the best fight. Usually, like John Jones, right?
Right.
John Jones is the opposite, though. John Jones is an elite striker, but he's good enough at wrestling where he'll get. You have to be elite at one thing and good at another.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be like really good at one thing and suck at the other.
Right.
Or like you barely
made at
on.
both. Yeah.
You have have to be like good at one of them and elite at the other one to be the best. Like. That's why I like Khabib, right? Khabib, not really a good striker, but he was decent enough where he could defend it, and like clip you, but on the ground he was just eating you alive. He's like an octopus.
You were done for.
Like you're done. Like, Islam's kind of the same. Islam's probably a better striker than Khabib, because he was like matching it a little bit. So I don't know. I love the UFC. And the next fight that's coming up, first is John Jones versus Cyril Gane, which is gonna be a crazy fight, just because it's John Jones moving up to heavyweight, and Cyril Gane is a monster. Bro.
Oh yeah,
that dude is a big French motherfucker.
Speaking of the UFC, thinking of and French I think he's French. Francis Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou is French. Well, he's from Cameroon, but he was like trained in France. Yeah.
Out of the UFC.
Out of the UFC, that's the heavyweight champ, man. That's like if Tyson Fury is like, I ain't boxing.
No, but it's not because he didn't want to be in the UFC.
He was actually trying to get the fighters basically to build a union and shit.
And that's when Dana White
was not trying to have that.
Get the fuck out of my league. And he's gone. That's crazy. But I'm excited for that.
I hope, fight. Like sticking on Ngannou though, just one last thing is that I hope that like, he gets that little like money, not little money, that big money from maybe fighting Tyson or fighting Deontay Wilder in boxing, and then comes back. And hopefully, if John Jones beats Cyril Gane, that Ngannou John Jones would literally be the fight of like the decades.
Yeah, for sure. Like Dana White would be crazy not to have that.
Come on, like that's the fight. Like if John Jones beats Cyril Gane, which it's still up in there. I love John Jones. I'll probably put my money on John Jones, but Cyril Gane is not no one to just look over.
Exactly.
Like he's a natural heavyweight.
Yes,
and John Jones is a natural light heavyweight.
Exactly.
Like it's a big climb.
Oh, for sure.
That's why he took like a year and almost 2 years off just to get. Thicker.
A little hefty.
A little swole.
Hefty.
Swoley.
I'm looking forward to that Usman fight coming up in March, May.
Yeah, that card is crazy too because I think Gilbert Burns and Masvidal are on that card too. Yeah, and they announced that fight's going to be crazy. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a morning fight too. And
it's crazy how combat sports has become just the UFC.
And also mainly. Conor making his comeback against Michael Chandler.
For real? Like, confirmed?
It's official. Yeah, confirmed. It's going to be like sometime in towards the end of the year.
Conor McGregor.
They're like
off
both,
of that proper number 12.
They're both hosting the Ultimate Fighter. So Conor's going to be a coach for one half of the teams, and Michael Chandler's going to be the coach. So and then after that, they're going to fight. Yeah. Wow. So they're going to build it up. I like that fight because styles make fights.
The Ultimate Fighter, has it still been going on? I felt like
they're like on their 40th season.
I know, right? Like
I think they do 2 a year.
Oh, okay.
But it's like,
on what?
I never see it.
I used to watch it on TV, but back in the day.
Well, a lot of the fighters that become big usually win Ultimate Fighter.
Right.
Like a lot of the guys who become like pretty well known.
Do you actually think Conor can even go against Michael Chandler?
Now?
I think Conor's been on the juice, right? Conor's been taking that gear.
Yeah, true.
He's been like, because honestly, that leg injury was really bad. So like, if you want to recover from those type of injuries, like, all power to you. Take some juice because that's the best way to recover quickly and better, honestly.
Right.
So, like, he needs 6 months basically to be in the pool, like USADA testing.
Right.
So, like, get off and then be in the pool for 6 months getting tested.
Right.
And then he could fight. So that's why they're kind of planning it out where, like, he's probably already getting off of that shit.
Right.
Now he's going to do the Ultimate Fighter.
And then be tested
and then
throughout
tested through all that shit. And then probably a little 2 months after the fight. I think, look, Conor, I'm never going to put anything in past Conor. I think Dustin Poirier was a really hard matchup for him because Poirier got, like, they fought 3 times, but when he fought Poirier early, that was when Conor was, like, just skyrocketing to
at his prime.
Yeah, sure. And then like Dustin has gotten better over time, even though they're kind of similar age, but Dustin's gotten better with age. So like
because he's continued to fight. Though,
yeah, and Conor took a lot of time off when he fought Floyd. This is the thing: when he fought Floyd, Conor was on top of the world, and then he decided to kind of quit and go fight Floyd for the big bucks.
Right.
And then even after that, he took a couple years off, and then came back and fucked up Donald Cerrone, and then immediately tried to fight fucking Dustin, who was on a big win streak, killing motherfuckers, and he beat his ass twice. It's like, so I'm like, Conor's not as probably good as he used to. I just think Dustin Poirier is a bad fight. I think Michael Chandler's better for him because Michael Chandler is not as talented as Poirier, and Michael Chandler's basically been beating up dudes who are washed.
Well, yeah, like I guess so.
He annihilated Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
But Tony Ferguson had been losing. Like Tony Ferguson was like on a losing streak when he fought Michael Chandler, and then after that, Tony Ferguson lost to Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz
that's right.
Yeah.
Just or just pulling people from out of the
which was
stands
crazy.
here.
Fucking Dana White literally wanted Nate Diaz to fight Hazmat Shemaev, bro. That would have been a fucking murder in live fucking TV. That dude, Hazmat. I heard he's gonna fight fucking Colby Covington.
Oh, that'd be a good fight.
I like that.
I like that. Colby
one.
Covington,
Because
Hazmat.
they're both big dudes, and when Hazmat fought Gilbert Burns was kind of tagging his ass.
Oh yeah,
that was his
and those are the best fights when you can match up these fighters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you got to fight dudes who are on your level. Hazmat's been fighting when the first guy he fought was Gilbert, and it went like 3. I think it was a 3-rounder. Right. It went all 3 rounds, so it's like. Tough, but
it's exciting.
It's fun. I'm ready. I like that shit.
I'm ready for this season of fighting. I'm ready for Gervonta Davis, Ryan
That's
Garcia.
The one boxing fight that I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'm
about.
excited because I love that all that talk before it. You know what I mean? They're bringing back that whole vibe of boxing of talking.
I think people are sleeping on Davis. I mean,
on
Garcia.
Ryan Garcia. Yeah,
I feel like people are sleeping on Garcia. Like Tank Davis is a monster. But I feel like people are not giving Ryan Garcia his credit. Ryan Garcia could crack, bro.
No, I feel like
it's not just a pretty. It's like a pretty face, right? Ryan Garcia he doesn't look like he could fight.
I feel like the same thing that they looked at as at Oscar De La Hoya. He was a pretty face, didn't think that he could fight, and he fought.
Yeah, and he beat Julio Cesar Chavez twice.
You know, so I'm looking forward to that for sure. On fighting before we leave. Jake Paul and
Tyson Fury's brother.
What's his name? I was in Tyson Fury's brother, Michael Fury. I don't know.
I forget his name. Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury.
Look,
does in your mind, in our minds, beating Tommy Fury, does that make Jake Paul a legitimate fighter?
I think he's already a legitimate fighter.
Whoa. Okay.
I think he signed up for the PFL. Which is like basically another type of UFC organization.
Right.
So that means he's gonna try to fight that. He's gonna try to fight mixed martial arts. Like, I just gotta give the man his props, man. Like the guy is legit. I don't think.
But what kind of fighters has he fought?
Exactly. This is the first time he's fighting a professional boxer. Yeah.
Because all the rest of them have been, who was it last? Anderson Silva.
Yeah, he's been fighting like mixed
retired,
retired.
Like.
But guys MMA fighters.
MMA fighters. But guys who can still fight, though.
No, but we just finished saying MMA fighters, the best ones were elite at one thing and good enough at another thing. And I feel like the most of the ones that he's been fighting are good enough at striking, but elite at jiu-jitsu and everything else.
Well, like Anderson Silva was like, he was a great striker, but more with his legs. Mm-hmm. And like fucking...
long ass legs.
And fucking, what was the other guy he fought? Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
Tyron Woodley, he was a fucking D1 wrestling champ.
Right.
Like, so it's like, he was good at striking, but he was more of a wrestler.
Right.
Like, that was his shit, you know?
So, I feel like if he beats Tommy Fury decisively.
It's the first real boxer. Although Tommy Fury is not really a good boxer.
No.
He's not his brother anyway with form or shape or nothing.
And he's not ranked anywhere high on the world rankings. But, okay, we'll see.
Now he's fighting an actual boxer. Yeah. So I think it's a good one. I think...
will I buy it? No.
No, I'm not going to buy that shit.
Will I check it out? Maybe the highlights.
Should we show LeBron a little love, son?
We should show LeBron a little love.
He broke the fucking record, bro.
Well, oh, wow, Jeff. You're showing him love.
You know what? I'm mad at him.
The day of, I was sitting there holding the baby, fucking trying to put her to sleep while yelling at the top of my lungs, him making
I was mad.
But Jeff texted over here in the group text. Upset. Jeff, just upset.
I was.
Jesus text the group text. Oh, he finally passed the thing, and Jeff goes, "At what cost?
At what cost? What?
But we're losing this game by 20."
No, honestly, I was more mad at that. I was more mad that we lost. But see, you know what?
So you were Anthony Davis on that day.
Hell yeah, I was Anthony Davis that day, bro.
And you know, we'll talk about the heat that Anthony Davis got for the way he acted.
Yeah, because he wasn't celebrating. He wasn't like fucking bending over backwards for celebrating LeBron James's fucking accomplishment. But it's like, shit, like, let's win this game, bro.
Right.
It's like, it was all about LeBron. And then he takes 2 days off afterwards. Like, I still hate it. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that the Lakers made these trades and like shipped Westbrook and got D'Lo, and they basically made a better team around.
For sure, a better,
like,
way
the
better
team's
team.
been playing like better, just more flow
And
afterwards.
on paper, they look better.
Yeah, on the court they look better. It's just everything looks better. I think I'd be still a little mad, but you know what? Like with days gone by, cooled down,
You
not
were
in
heated,
the moment.
though, Jeff. You were heated.
I was.
You were ready to take
We should have put the
crown
cameras.
off.
We should have put the cameras on me that moment.
I know,
bro.
exactly. You're
Like,
ready to take the crown off the king and say, fuck this
I was
shit.
pissed for sure, but I think with hindsight and just like kind of looking at it, like, dude, like what a crazy accomplishment.
Right.
Like it's like undeniable, bro. Like,
And did it in the third quarter.
yeah, going into the fourth quarter. Yeah, third quarter going into the fourth. But crazy accomplishment, man. I just hope that, like at this point, it's like everybody knew he was gonna break it.
Right.
So it was like kind of just like we already given him his flowers. Now it happened.
But I think that I don't think people at every day capture what really happened, right? I feel like we still haven't really thought about what the accomplishment that he did. He surpassed Kareem, a record that's been there for 30 plus years, right? And did it with the accomplishments that he has. The resume that he has, you know what I mean, and still has a few years left in his.
Oh yeah, he's gonna.
in his career.
He's probably gonna score around like 40,000 points.
Another 2,000.
Yeah, if
Well,
he keeps
another
going to this
1,500.
level, yeah, like he's probably gonna end up around 40,000. I just hope that the Lakers can make the playoffs this year. It doesn't seem like we will, but hopefully
I
we
feel
will.
like they'll do the play in. I feel like they'll make the play.
And I hope that next year we come back revamped and ready to go.
with Anthony Davis or not with Anthony Davis.
It's probably going to be with Anthony Davis. But you know what?
Because
now our problem has become the Clippers problem.
Oh, yeah,
And
okay.
I love how everybody's like, "Oh, Westbrook's going to change. He's going to be good." I'm like, "You handle that. You deal with that."
you do what you need to do.
As they say on the internet, good luck, beloved. You have fun with that. I'm so glad Westbrook's off that team. But damn, they were kind of doing him a little dirty. They were like David Medeman calling him a vampire
right away. I mean, the day after,
It was kind of crazy.
A source within the locker room said it's like taking a vampire out of the locker
It's
room.
like fuck, and he like
Straight up sucking the life out of the
Westbrook's
fucking
wife
guys.
is like, now I gotta tell my daughter that her dad's not a vampire. I'm like, shit, that's true because little girls and little boys will be like, is Daddy a vampire? It's like, no, it's just some weirdos on fucking line saying that. But it's like, it's a metaphor for him literally sucking the life out of that locker room and then not being fun anymore.
I mean, look, a day before, 2 days before the day of the breaking the record, things come out that Westbrook and Darvin Ham have a little spout at halftime between each other. You know what I mean? And you know they get into it a little bit. 2 days later, he gets traded.
Rumor has it, man, this is an internet rumor. My sources,
And
on
you
the
know
web,
that these are the rumors to trust
from good
sources,
good accounts that I follow.
yeah.
Rumor has it that the Bus brothers have taken control of the GM room.
Ooh, so you mean the Bus brothers, as in Jesse and Jamie?
Yeah, the other two.
Yeah, the younger
The
brothers.
younger brothers. Yep, I know Jesse, but it's there's another one. I always forget his name.
I think it's Jamie.
Is it Jamie Bus? I don't know, but I know it's Jesse Bus and the other brother. They're supposedly like obviously they're working with Rob and like, but it's like basically they're going to Rob being like, hey, look.
And we've been look, Jeff. We've
We've
been preaching.
We wanted them to take over these.
We've been
reins.
preaching in Jesse we trust, because look at
The
all
second round picks. For
Exactly.
Sure. Just off that alone.
Kuzma and
Clarkson.
Clarkson. You know, all these guys that they picked up, and these guys that they
Max
brought.
Christie, Austin
Exactly.
Reeves, the fucking even the real pick, the main picks like Julius Randle, 2-time All-Star, Brandon Ingram, All-Star, D'Lo's been an All-Star, like Lonzo Ball's probably the only one that's failed, but that's because of injuries. It's like, come on, like the Lakers have drafted well, but they've traded everything, and they've kind
Because of the GM office.
exactly.
I feel like now Jeannie is starting to look at.
They gotta give
She's
spare the
starting.
family.
She's starting to Google on on the internet and say, what should I do as a Laker owner? And then the unlucky specialist comes up and these videos come up and saying, listen to your brothers. I think that's what's happening. I feel like it's a different direction. I feel like we can possibly get there, Jeff. I feel like that
Look, as long as they at least get
the play-in is happening.
Linda Rambis and Kurt Rambis out of there, like fuck it, we could deal with Rob, but let's get Jesse Buss.
What'd you think about the whole possible Kyrie coming over here? That there was that little like scare, that little minute, but then Joe Tsai's like,
James
fuck that.
Clearly loves Kyrie Irving,
right?
So
I don't know why though.
Because they won a championship together.
I know, but LeBron James is sucking hard on that Kyrie D. You know what I mean?
He is though.
You know.
Hey, it seems like a lot of people like Kyrie too. I was getting heat in the comments, like, "Yo, like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about." Like, da 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 da. I'm like, "Hey, look, I get it. Look, people like Kyrie, but it's like, look, if you want to believe in chemtrails with Kyrie, go the fuck ahead. Just say less. You know what I mean? Say fucking less."
And that the Holocaust wasn't real.
Hey, I didn't say it.
No, Kyrie said
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
I didn't say it. Everyone like, whoa.
Some of those people that were defending him probably agree with that too. I don't know. Some of them work in Hollywood. I don't think your employees would like that, sir. But either way, man, I don't know why LeBron James is super on it, but
the way he acted yesterday at the All-Star game. I don't know.
They were dapping each other up. Look, I think Kyrie's good in doses. Like I said, in doses he's fine, but in 2 months you're gonna get tired of him. I think LeBron forgot already.
Yeah, I think
he misses him. You know, it's like he's thinking about his ex. He's like, man, we had some good time.
Yeah.
But then the moment they kick it for a couple of days, you're like, man,
you know what?
Tight. And then you bring her back to the house. You're like, fuck, I hate this bitch.
He's scrolling through Instagram, seeing how good she looks. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, like
crossing up people playing so good in Brooklyn.
Exactly.
But then when she gets over here, no,
you're gonna remember why it ended sourly.
Yeah.
Don't forget, LeBron. He requested the trade. He wanted out.
Can you believe Kevin Love didn't come to the Lakers?
We don't need him.
Yeah, we don't. I feel like we got a good squad that that they got in the trade deadline. D'Lo, Vanderbilt, Beasley, which is a weird conversation in the locker room between Beasley and Scottie Pippen Jr.
Hey, but that's why it's called the pros. You gotta be professional.
How often in the pros will you be like, "Hey, bro, I fucked your mom"?
Well, that's why Malik Beasley's got to be professional too. He can't be like, "I fucked your mom, bro." I'm talking about both of them.
Okay.
Like, it's like
I thought you being professional and Scottie Pippen just take it.
No, it's
just
like Malik Beasley could be like, "Hey, bro, your mom's kind of cool, huh?" It's like, no, he's got to be cool about it too. It's like, shit, man. Just let it go, man.
Our fantasy basketball league is coming to the playoffs soon,
and I am completely out.
No, you're on the brink.
I'm giving up. I gave up.
Yeah, just letting you know, I'm not setting up my lineup for the rest of the week.
I gave up. I'm out.
Yeah, it's over. It is what it is. It happens. It's for the first time in a long time. I'm not just in the play-in. I'm not just in the 8th seed. I'm in the path.
That's
right
why
there.
Sam's like, I'm in.
I'm excited. Let's go. If I beat, look, projections are first round of the playoffs is me versus Dom. If I beat Dom, I go against Rob because Rob's gonna beat the other guy. What's his name? Darren, the guy that is beating your spot. Darren, I don't know. Whatever.
Screw that guy.
But if I beat Dom and I beat Rob this week,
you're gonna face Jay Pizzle.
I'll face Jay Pizzle in the final.
I just traded him Anthony Edwards.
Oh my God, Jeff! you're just making madness.
Just being a troll.
Yeah, you are just giving people what they want.
Just being a chaos.
People
agent.
don't care anymore.
I'm just being Giga Chad Alpha Brains.
The power simp.
Power non-cuck.
But it's been a good one. If you guys could tell, we're coming to the end of it. Thank you guys for following us. Thank you guys for supporting. Make sure you email us. Make sure you guys DM us anything you guys want to talk about.
If you have to do an AMA, we're gonna anonymous.
An AMA. Also, we have to bring. We want to bring people back on. We want to bring guests back on. We've heard you guys. You like us with other people. Hey yo. But if you guys want to come on and talk about anything in particular, anything you guys want to promote, or just sit back and kick it, hit us up at Unlucky Specialist. It's your boy Sam Torres.
It's your boy Jeff That Baby. Shout out to Jason. We out here. Peace.
Woo. Oh.